So someone asked me for a story time on my brain hemorrhage, so I said I'd just do a short. Anyway, it was the end of November last year, and I was trying to sleep before work. It was a Sunday night, and I did all my skincare, all the bits that I do on a Sunday night before work. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it felt like my brain exploded in when I was just lying in bed. And then I got up, and it just kept getting worse to a point, and then it stopped. And I had to start getting sick then because it was like the headache triggered me to get sick for a couple of hours. And I couldn't really Google things because I wasn't great at typing, so I just got ChatGTP up and asked it what was going on. And it told me I was having a brain hemorrhage and to get help. Did I? No. Then my alarm for work went off at 7 and I texted the manager and I was like, you need to call me. I don't remember any of this, by the way. The only thing I remember is getting sick. So I tell the manager to call me. She calls me. I don't know what she says on the phone, but she tells me she's going to bring me to the walk-in doctor that's near my workplace. And anyway, a few hours goes by and she comes to pick me up. I've passed out by then. But she knows it's not like me to not answer my phone, so she's at my door banging and banging and banging until someone answers. So they let her in and they had no idea I didn't get to work. So anyway, she manages to get me in the car, brings me to the walk-in doctor. The walk-in doctor agrees to write a letter to admit me to A&E because I was nonsensical at that point. Then when we were on our way to A&E, I kept like passing out and I didn't know where I was and I kept trying to open the car door in the middle of traffic. I don't remember any of this. Anyway, I get to the hospital, they think it's meningitis, and they do a CT scan and see there's a bleed. So then they transfer me via ambulance to the other side of the country, which is like one of the only places they do brain surgery in Ireland. And I get burr holes drilled into my head and an EVD place, which is a drain. So yeah, I was in the high dependency neuro ICU for like 3 weeks, and they did a couple of CT scans and an MRI and all that kind of stuff too, angiograms, just to make sure like the bleed was resolved before they transferred me back to the first hospital because my hemoglobin was 6.3, so it was really low and they thought I might have a bleeding ulcer. Still haven't got my scope for that yet, but anyway, I had a CT scan as a follow-up the week after I was discharged, and all the bleeding had resolved and it was all good. But I did have to get my head shaved, like the rest of it, because it was ridiculous. But it's not too bad now. Well, I've had it in a bandana all day, but it's tiny, tiny little scar now compared to what it was with the staples.